Mark is a coach and has a background in wilderness therapy, working with troubled youth. He has written a book. He's a vessel for stories. That's how I think of you. He has a book called Sweet Fruit from the Bitter Tree, 61 stories of creative and compassionate ways out of conflict. He's going to tell us one of those stories right now. Welcome, Mark.
Thank you. Glasgow, just like any city of comparable size, has its more and less desirable parts of town. One wrong turn and you can quickly find yourself having a very different experience. And Michael was about to find this out this night. He decided that rather than take a taxi back to his bed and breakfast, he would simply walk the several blocks to his hotel. And soon he found that he had walked several blocks too far. He came to a place where the street was less well lit, and there was a construction site where he was actually blocked off. The sidewalk was blocked off from the rest of the street. And out of the construction site stepped 6 young men. If you've seen the movie A Clockwork Orange, they had a similar delinquent expression on their faces. As the leader stepped forward and said, "I'll have your wallet." Now, there are a number of different ways that Michael could have responded to this situation. He's a pretty big, strong guy, so he could have grabbed the young man by his arm and twirled him around, attempting to knock over all of his friends. Or he could have used a subtler, some martial arts tomfoolery to disabuse them of this particular notion of how to have a good time. He didn't choose either of these approaches. Instead, something in the mock-friendly tone of this young man caught Michael's attention. "I'll have your wallet." "You have my wallet?" Michael said. It was just a small misinterpretation of the young man's words, and it came out of Michael's mouth without thinking. "That's wonderful. How did you know it was my wallet? Did you recognize my face from my ID card? Did you see me drop it here when I passed by last? I'm completely relieved. I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't have any cash in my wallets, but I didn't know how I was going to get my plane flight home or pay for my hotel." As he barraged the young man with this information, he grabbed his hand and began shaking it in thanks. And this served 2 purposes. First, it helped startle the young man out of his previous pattern of intent. And second, it would serve Michael in good stead if the young man didn't respond in the way that Michael hoped. The young man stuttered, I don't have your wallet." "You don't have my wallet? Well, then why did you tell me you had my wallet?" Immediately, Michael went into a whole tirade about being completely screwed, not knowing what to do. He really let that forlorn emotion register not only on his face, but also in his voice. "Well, did you lose it around here?" the young man asked. So Michael nodded, and for the next 15 minutes, these 6 young men helped him look. They searched the crannies and shadows of the construction site, down on their knees. Finally, Michael told them it's no use, and he invited them up off their knees, and he shook each of their hands in thanks, thanking them for being such kind individuals and helping him look. And he sent them on their way, still looking more than a bit confused. So who knows what will happen with those 6 young men, but Michael hopes that they found out just how good it can feel to help a fellow human being. And perhaps the next time that they think of having a bit of fun by robbing someone of their pocket money, they'll find it that much more difficult to objectify someone. Or perhaps not, who knows? But Michael hopes that there was some benefit in that interaction, not only for himself in keeping his wallet, but also for those 6 young men.